Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and to another tutorial. In today's tutorial, I am going to be teaching you guys how I made this adorable, super soft, and I'm gonna call it the Powder Puff handbag. I was fiddling with this yarn and I just figured I could just make like a little handbag. So I'm going to be showing you how I crochet this. And the materials you're gonna need is one of these larger needles here, 11mm crochet hook. I'm using one of my special counting hooks, but I don't have it charged, but I'm just gonna be using this today, and some scissors. And also we are going to be using this very soft yarn in chalk blue of Loops and Threads. And this is the same yarn I used to make the bag. It's just in a different color. So let's get into making this bag. Okay, so the way we're going to start off by doing the bag is we're going to make a slip knot. And we're going to chain 17. The yarn over, pull through. Okay, so I have my 17 chains. Also, sorry about the lighting. One of my light bulbs is out right now, so just bear with me for this tutorial. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna and for this tutorial, it only consists of single crochets. That's how I did it. But yeah, so I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna start off this bag. So we're going to go into the back bumps of our chain, because it'll make it a lot nicer, and I like the fact of how it looks. So we're just going to single crochet starting in the second chain from the hook. So in general, that'll give you 16 chains or 16 stitches in total. So just do single crochet in each of the back bumps all the way down, and I will show you what we're going to do at the end in the last stitch. Okay, so I've made it to my last stitch. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do 3 single crochets into that last stitch. And this will help us turn our work into the other side to do single crochets in the stitches. So we got 2. And also make sure you're tucking in your strand from when you did the slip knot, so that way you don't have to weave it in later. In. Sorry, bear with me. I accidentally took in towards my strand there a little bit by accident. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And so now we're just going to continue doing single crochets in these stitches right here where all the V's are. So see how nicely that looks when you go into the back bump. So now you have all these V stitches down. So now we're just going to go into this stitch right here. And you're just going to keep on doing single crochets all the way down. And then I'll show you what we do at the edge. Okay, so I am back on my last stitch on the other side here. So we're gonna do 3 single crochets into this stitch right here. 1, 2, and 3. can see, now you have your bottom of your bag all formed. And so now you're just gonna go into this stitch right here, this next stitch, right where you started, and do a single crochet. Sorry, my yarn's tugging. And so from here on in, you're just gonna do single crochets going all the way around and around. You're not gonna be doing any more increases. You're just gonna be doing single crochets all the way around until you reach a height that you like for your bag. For me, I did probably, I did like maybe around like maybe 11, almost 11 rows before I did these straps, which I will show you once we get there. But yeah, so you're just gonna be doing single crochets all the way around now. No more increases, no decreases, just doing what I'm doing right here. And if you need to go back into the video of how to do the ends to do the increase on each side to form the bottom of the bag, feel free. But yeah, this project is just consisted of the chain, slip knots, and the single crochet. So you can go right ahead and just keep on doing single crochets all the way around until you get a height for your bag that you like, or you can just do the same thing as I did. So for this bag right here, I think I did about like maybe 11 rows. Yeah, I did about like 11 rows before I did the straps. But you can do as many rows as you like, or however you like for your bag to be. So just continue doing single crochets all the way around until you reach a height you like. And then I will meet you back up for how to do the straps. Okay, so I am back, and I actually did 10 rows for the bag for the base here. And so now we're gonna start on the straps. So right before I do the straps, I always do 5 single crochets right here on each side. And so for the straps, we are going to chain 22. So you're gonna do 22 chains. Okay, so I have my 22 chains. And so we're just gonna count 5 single crochets. So you're gonna end up single crocheting in that 5th stitch to connect it to the base of the bag. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna go into this stitch right here and do a single crochet. And then we're just gonna do 4 more single crochets. Like that. Sorry, my yarn needs to get untugged. So we have now 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We have our chain right there. And so now we're gonna flip our bag, and we're just going to do some more single crochets. And we're just gonna match the other side with the side of how we did this strap from before. Okay. So just like we did from the front side, we're gonna do the same for this side for the chain, for the strap. So make sure you have 5 single crochets. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you can also make sure you match it just by lining up the stitches to make sure that they are the same way. So see how it touches like that? That's how you know you're gonna start when you're gonna start the second strap for the bag. So do another chain of 22. Okay, and now we're just gonna match up the stitches for the other strap. So we're gonna go sleeves. Let me see. Lay it down flat like that. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 into this stitch right here, and do a single crochet. And then just single crochet in the next few stitches, and I'll show you how we're going to single crochet into the strap, or for the straps. So just keep on single crocheting, and once we get to the strap, I'll show you what we're going to do. More. So for the strap here, we are just going to go right into these stitches. We're going to go right into the V stitches like this. So we're not going into like this way or under. We're going to go right into these V stitches right here, so the back bumps show like that. And you're just going to do a single crochet in each chain. And it's gonna make the strap look nice. So it'll basically make the strap look like this. So you'll have your back bumps showing like that. And you're just gonna do single crochets like that in each chain. And you'll do the same thing for the other strap. And so I actually did like maybe about 1 extra row right after doing the strap. So I'll meet you back up when I get there. Okay, so I have just finished single crocheting into my straps. So now we are just going to do another round of single crochet around the straps. And then you will be all finished with this lovely little Power Puff handbag. And I'll show you how to fasten off later. So just go ahead and do single crochets all the way around, and I'll meet you back up. Okay, so I've done my single crochets all the way around the straps, and I have stopped here, which is around like 2 stitches before the strap. So we're going to fasten off, so we're going to do a chain 1. And just when you're fastening off with this kind of yarn, just be very careful because it can break, because it is more like almost like a polyester texture. So do the chain 1, and then just cut a long enough strand to fasten off, because this stuff can come off the string that it's attached to. Just snip, and then just gently pull it through. See what I mean? It's like a little string right there, so you make sure that you tug it gently. And then you're just gonna weave in the end under these stitches right here. I'm gonna show you how we can do that, so that way we're just gonna put it through here, gently pull it. Like I said, this stuff can come off, and then we're just gonna carefully weave it under these stitches right here, just like that. And we're just gonna gently pull through. And then just do it a little more under the stitches. And then pull through. Let me see, I mean, and then just give it a little tug to tuck it underneath a little more, and then just snip off any extra yarn. Get everything away. As you can see, there are a bit of fuzzies after weaving in the ends. So like I said, just be careful with this kind of yarn because it does give a lot of fuzzies. And just clean it off a little bit. And there you have it, your nice little powder puff handbag, nice and soft. So I hope you enjoyed this lovely tutorial on how to make this lovely powder puff handbag. And if you thought this video was helpful like for anyone who wants to learn how to crochet or is just starting out, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, leave anything in the comments if you have any questions, and just enjoy the handbag.